By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Welcome to another episode of Timmy Talks, the channel where we talk old school magic. And in this episode, we are looking at the third match that I played against Edwin, the magic engineer, and his Stasis deck. I am playing White Tron. We are 1-1, and this is the third and decisive match. The third game, and this is it, the deciding game. It's 1-1, so this is going to decide who's going to win this matchup. Edwin is starting off crazy here with the Black Lotus, Howling Mine, double Black Vice, and I'm down to 14, so I'm taking 6 damage in my first turn. Oh, and there I am, having an explosive start myself. Workshop, Soul Ring, tapping it down, 4 mana, 2 mana to spend still, Winter Orbs on the board, and there is a Relic Barrier. So much happening, very explosive turns on both sides. Okay, I decide not to tap down a Howling Mine. That's an interesting choice. Maybe it's the wrong choice, but I guess I want to fill my hand when it's my turn, and if I tap down his Relic Barrier, I don't get a chance to do that. His Howling Mine with my Relic. So I draw 2 for turn, playing a Strip Mine, trying to strip his islands. He's playing a Boomerang on his island, saving his island from destruction. And what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to play an Ivory Tower and a Chaos Orb. Okay, so I probably decided to strip his island so that he couldn't counter. So my Chaos Orb, I think that's the most important piece that I put on the table, is safe. Again, Edwin can draw 2, and he's playing a Winter Orb of his own. So there are 2 Winter Orbs on the table. I untap and take 2 for turn. Playing a Plains. Playing another Relic Barrier, so that's 2 Relic Barriers on the table. And in his upkeep, I'm now tapping his Howling Mine down. And he's playing a Blue Mox, he's playing an island. Again, I'm not using my Relic Barrier. Okay, I'm using it to tap down his Mox. And I'm thinking, Workshop is a great card, but you can only use the mana to cast artifacts. So you can tap it for 3 colorless mana, and you can only spend it on artifacts to cast them. So also, what you need to keep in mind with the Workshop is that you can't use the mana for activation costs, for instance. Okay, here I go. So I play for 2 white and 1 colorless Archaeologist. So that means I have 1 floating. And I'm going to use my Orb. I'm looking at my hand, and I'm deciding not to. I want to use that mana that I have floating, but I guess I decide not to, because I'm afraid that Edwin will find a way to destroy my Archaeologist, and then I cannot get back my Chaos Orb. Okay, and here, this is nice. He plays it, I think it's called a Tabernacle. Can't really pronounce it, but it's a land from Legends, and it gives all creatures in play an upkeep cost of 1. And Edwin is playing creatureless, so that means that basically I have to start paying 1 for all my creatures that are on the field. Because of the Winter Orbs, I can only untap 1 land, and now I have to pay for my Archaeologist, which is kind of a hassle. I'm paying a white because I don't want to get it destroyed. Well, this is good. I'm playing a Mox Pearl, and I'm playing a Plane, so I have 2 planes in play now. Well, I would have expected to flip. I'm not doing that. I'm playing a Presence of the Master, and this is an enchantment, 1 white, 3 colorless, and it says all other enchantments are countered, so you can't play any enchantments anymore. Now, obviously, Edwin needs to take that away, and he does with a Power Sink, because if he would have kept that in play, it would have meant that he couldn't play a Stasis anymore. And I attack, so first blood. No, not first blood, but first damage I can deal to Edwin. I'm tapping down his Howling Mine again. So he's drawing 1 for turn. And he's playing a Howling Mine, the second one. It's great for me because I have those Relic Barriers, so I can decide if I want to switch them on or off. Still taking no damage from the Vices, taking a double card. Paying for the archaeologist. Playing a power plant, I believe. There's a lot on the table and there's a lot going on. And usually when I have an archaeologist and a chaos orb on the table, I start flipping like crazy. But for some reason, I am holding back. I'm tapping one of his howling mines, not both. He gets to draw two. Probably choosing to use my chaos orb at the end of his turn instead of during my turn. Playing a transmute artifact, so he can use that to sack one of his artifacts and tutor for another one. And he does, so he sacks his Winter Orb and he finds another Howling Mine. He's really full on the Howling Mines. This allows me to actually tap my Winter Orb, since it's the only one in the game, and so I get to untap all my mana, which is really good for me. I draw two, I play a power plant. You know, Edwin wants to fill my hand, which is understandable with two Vices on the board. Okay, so I'm going to flip. And I'm going to flip on the tabernacle. If you know how to pronounce it, please leave a comment. Audio comment, maybe. Is that possible? Okay, I'm tapping my archaeologist to get back the Chaos Orb, playing out the Chaos Orb. Probably going to flip it again, or not. I don't know. I am going to flip it again. Ooh, okay. So I wanted to flip it on his city. But he's using Boomerang, staking it back. And the reason I chose the City of Brass is because it's the only land that he has that he can give him any other colored mana. I'm playing a Divine Verdict on his Howling Mine. So that's going to give me 2 lives, so I'm up to 14 again. Edwin's on 18 because he took a damage from the city. And I get to untap everything because I just keep that Relic Barrier reserved for my Winter Orb. I'm taking back my Chaos Orb. And maybe you notice here I'm making a misplay because I'm playing paying 2 colorless for my Archaeologist, and it should be 2 white. But we both don't notice. It doesn't have a big impact on the match, but it's not a correct play. And he did something interesting there. He's playing a reset, and then he's playing a power sink. So a lot of things happening here. I'm activating my Chaos Orb, flipping it, destroying one of his Howling Mines. I just don't want him to draw, because I'm on the winning side of the table here, so I just don't want him to draw any extra cards. Paying a lot of mana, playing a double Suchi here. Double Suchi! Ooh, taking back the Chaos Orb. Playing the Chaos Orb. Oh my goodness. I mean, the Chaos Orb combination with the Archaeologist, if it works, it's crazy. But I have a spoiler alert, it usually never works. So I'm really happy that I recorded this. We have a little chat, I draw a card. Still on 17, so he has quite a lot of life. And I'm attacking for 8. He doesn't seem to have a blocker, so he needs a trick. Doesn't have a trick here, so he goes down to 9, so that's a lot of damage. And I get to flip, of course. I can just flip every turn. I have the Archaeologist. I don't mind. Tap Archaeologist, bring it back. Play it again. No, I decide not to get greedy. Tap down his Howling Mine, obviously. I think Edwin now has 2 cards in hand. And I don't want to give him an opportunity to come back. Oh, this is nice. A Time Twister. Fantastic. I play Divine Verdict on one of the Vices, because I'm going to draw 7 cards again, so that would give me a lot of damage. Remember, I still have the Ivory Tower, so the Ivory Tower and the Vice, now they cancel each other out. We're going to draw 7 new cards. And what could Edwin be looking for? I think I've said it before, and I'm just going to say it again. I think he needs a Stasis. This reminds me so much of the second game where we didn't see a Stasis. But what a nice play by Edwin here. who I thought personally was toast. And then he plays this twister. We're going back in time, or twist to time. And we have 7 fresh cards. And he plays a Soul Ring. Taps it for 2. Playing another Howling Mine. Again, he's kind of feeding me cards here. It's part of his tactic. But those Relic Barriers are so helpful for me in this matchup. Paying 1, I'm going to flip or am I not going to flip? So I can't really decide. I decide not to. I use my Relic Barrier for the Winter Orb. Playing a tower, I think I now have Tron activated. I mean, it doesn't really matter at the time, but it's always nice. Activating Tron. Hit him for 8, goes down to 1, and I'm playing a Triskelion, and I win the game! Yeah, because he's down on 1. Wow, what a match! And that was the game and the match. Wow, so much happened in that final game. I mean, the opening, crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, if you would like to see more old school Magic, you can click on the link that's appearing right now on the screen. It will take you to a playlist and you can enjoy more old school games. For now, thank you for watching and see you next time.
Igitus, figitus, sumba, kazee.